Welcome to the Board Business Channel. Today, we're going to be talking about a company called Chain C Information Group.
You might not have heard their name, but you've definitely interacted with their work if you've spent any time in Taiwan.
For sure.
Think back to those automated phone menus we all know and, well, maybe don't love. Or, you know those government hotlines you call for information? Chain C is the brains behind a lot of that. And they handle over 70% of government customer service in Taiwan.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Even those 1999 hotlines in Taiwan's biggest cities are powered by them.
Oh, wow.
And before we forget, a huge shout out to Steve,
Yes.
Executive Director of the Arizona Taiwan office,
Yes.
for connecting us with such interesting Taiwanese companies looking to make a splash in the U.S.
Skeet has an amazing knack for finding these companies
Yeah, he does.
that are under the radar but doing incredible things.
That's what really cool.
So Chain C has been around for 31 years, which is pretty impressive in the fast-paced tech world.
It is.
And get this, they're a leader in customer service, a field that everyone thinks is going to be taken over by robots.
Right?
But here they are, thriving in the age of AI.
Yeah.
What's their secret sauce?
Well, they're not afraid of AI, so instead of seeing it as a threat, they've really kind of embraced it as a tool to enhance their services.
Interesting.
It's like giving their human agents superpowers.
Superpowers.
Okay.
Now I'm really intrigued. Tell me more about these AI superpowers.
Imagine you're calling a company for help and you've previously mentioned, having trouble sleeping.
Okay.
Chain C's AI system can actually flag that information for the agent so they can ask how your sleep has been and maybe even suggest some products that might help. It's about providing a more personalized and helpful experience.
That's clever. So they're actually turning customer service into an opportunity to build relationships and even generate revenue.
Exactly.
Not just a cost center, but a value add.
Exactly. And it's working incredibly well. 30% of their existing customers make purchases based on recommendations from agents who are using Chain C's AI systems.
Real?
It's proof that you can use technology to improve the human touch, not replace it.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
So how are they using AI to make their agents so effective? Are they like AI whisperers or something?
Well, they're definitely experts at leveraging AI, for example. They use it to cut down on training time for new agents by giving them real-time information during calls. This helps shorten call times and make the agents sound like seasoned pros from day one.
It's like having a digital coach right there with them, guiding them through the interaction.
Exactly. And it goes beyond that. Chain C's AI analyzes all those customer interactions to spot patterns and anticipate needs.
Okay.
It's like having a crystal ball that tells them what customers are going to ask before they even ask it.
So they're turning all those phone calls into valuable data that they can use to improve their services and even anticipate future trends.
Absolutely. And they're using that data to get really targeted with their marketing efforts. No more guessing games. They know what their customers want and when they want it. This forward-thinking approach is actually why they decided to set up a dedicated digital transformation consulting department in late 2022.
A whole department just focused on digital transformation. Sounds serious.
It is. They're constantly developing new AI-powered tools like quality inspection systems and training modules that take their customer service game to a whole new level. It's this dedication to innovation that has allowed them to stay ahead of the curve for so long.
So instead of being afraid of disruption, they leaned into it.
Yeah.
They saw the potential of AI to enhance their core business and ran with it.
Exactly. And that's exactly how they've become such a dominant force in the Taiwanese market. But their story doesn't stop there. They have a fascinating history, and it all starts with two guys, David Huang, the chairman, and Zhenghui Cheng.
Oh, this is where it gets juicy. We'll hear all about David and Zhenghui's entrepreneurial adventure after a quick just kidding. We're going to dive right into their story. Stay tuned.
So picture this. It's 1993. Taiwan's booming. And these two guys, David and Zhenghui, have a crazy idea. It all starts with a phone answering machine.
Wait, a phone answering machine? Like those clunky things with cassette tapes where you had to rewind to hear your messages.
Exactly. David had a classmate from Japan who had one of these fancy answering machines, and he was blown away by it. This thing could record messages and even send a notification to a pager when you got a call. Remember pagers? Those were the days.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember those. Beep, beep, beep. Could not find a phone. But back then, that answering machine technology was cutting edge, wasn't it?
It was. But there was one big problem. No privacy. Anyone in the house could listen to your messages. And that's where David's entrepreneurial mind started worrying.
I can just picture him pacing back and forth thinking, there's got to be a better way.
He got together with Zhenghui, who is a computer whiz, and they figured out how to use a computer voice card to create a system that kept messages private. That was the spark that ignited Chain.
So they went from answering machines to building a customer service empire. That's quite a leap.
It was a journey for sure. They started with computer voice messaging systems, but then mobile phones exploded onto the scene, and their original product became obsolete.
Ouch. That's got to be tough for a young company. Talk about a pivot.
It was a setback, but they didn't give up. They shifted their focus to interactive voice response systems. You know, those press 1 for English, press 2 for Spanish menus we were talking about earlier.
Ah, so they were the ones behind those all along.
Exactly. They started by providing these services for things like utility bill payments, but then they took it a step further and developed technology that could display customer data and call history as soon as the phone rang. This was the dawn of CTI computer telephony integration.
So they were kind of creating the building blocks for modern call centers, right?
Exactly. They were pioneers in this technology, working with some of the first companies in Taiwan to set up call centers like Citibank and China Trust.
So they rode the wave of call center growth. Smart move. They were always one step ahead.
But their story doesn't end there. In the early 2000s, they realized that companies needed more than just technology. They needed help managing their entire customer service operation. So they jumped into the world of BPO, business process outsourcing.
So instead of just providing the tools, they became the whole customer service department for these companies. That's a pretty bold move.
It was. They were handling everything from inbound and outbound calls to technical support and even digital marketing. They were becoming a one-stop shop for all things customer service.
Wow. I'm starting to see how they built this massive market share in Taiwan. They were constantly evolving and anticipating the next big thing.
And that brings us to their third big transformation. Around 2014, they saw the writing on the wall. AI, big data, and the Internet of Things were about to change everything.
So they decided to double down on technology.
They more than doubled down. They embraced the digital revolution wholeheartedly. They started developing cloud-based solutions, building out their data science expertise, and creating what they called omni-channel service.
Omni-channel service. What's that all about?
Think of it like this. It's about meeting customers wherever they are, whether it's on the phone, browsing a website, or scrolling through social media. It's about creating a seamless and consistent customer experience across every touch point. So if you're chatting with a company on their website and then call them later, the agent already knows what you talked about online. It's all connected.
So they were basically future-proofing their business, making sure they were ready for whatever came next.
Exactly. And that forward-thinking approach is what allowed them to not only survive, but thrive in the age of AI. They didn't see AI as a threat, but as an opportunity to make their services even better and create more value for their clients.
That's why they're using AI to personalize customer interactions, boost agent efficiency, and target their marketing like a laser beam. It all makes sense now.
It's a remarkable story of adaptation and innovation. They started with a humble answering machine and built a company that's shaping the future of customer service.
Okay, I'm officially impressed. But we haven't even talked about their work with the Taiwanese government in those 1999 hotlines.
Yeah.
I'm dying to know more about that.
We'll get ready to be even more amazed. Their work in the public sector is truly remarkable.
Okay, so we've talked about how Chain is like this customer service powerhouse.
Yeah.
But what's really mind-blowing is that they handle over 70% of government customer service in Taiwan.
Right.
That's crazy.
That is a lot.
It's a whole other level.
Yeah, it speaks to the trust that they've built and their understanding of, how to leverage technology to improve citizen services.
Yeah, I mean, think about like those 1999 hotlines in Taiwan's biggest cities. Those are the go-to numbers for everything.
Yeah.
From like reporting a stray dog to finding out about local events.
Exactly.
And Chain is the backbone of those services, making sure that citizens can get the help they need quickly and easily.
It's amazing.
It takes a special kind of company to manage that volume and variety of calls.
That's for sure.
It's not just businesses they're dealing with. It's everyday people with all sorts of questions and concerns.
Absolutely. And they're doing it all while seamlessly integrating AI to make those services smarter and more efficient.
It's like they've cracked the code for modern government services.
Yeah.
Using technology to make them more accessible and user-friendly.
Exactly. I mean, they understand that government services need to be easy to use, just like, any other online service or app, and AI is playing a huge role in making that happen.
It's a great example of how AI can be used for good.
Yeah.
To really improve people's lives and make government more responsive.
For sure.
It's not just about efficiency, though.
Right.
It's also about using data to make better decisions.
Uh-huh.
So by analyzing all those calls that are coming into those 1999 hotlines, they can identify trends and patterns that help the government understand what citizens need and how they can improve their services.
Absolutely.
So they're not just answering questions.
Yeah.
They're providing valuable insights that can help shape policy and improve the lives of citizens.
Really powerful stuff.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's a really powerful combination of service and data analysis, and, it's making a real difference in Taiwan. They're really leading the way in showing how AI can be used to make government more effective and responsive.
Well, I have to say, I started this conversation knowing very little about Chain. But I'm walking away incredibly impressed.
Yeah.
They've taken a field that everyone thought was destined to be automated and turned it into a showcase for human ingenuity and technological innovation.
Right. They've shown that AI isn't about replacing humans, it's about empowering them.
Totally.
And they've proven that adapting to new technologies is the key to success in a rapidly evolving world.
And they've done it all while staying true to their core values of quality, integrity, and composure.
That's right.
From answering machines to AI-powered government services, their journey is truly remarkable.
Huge thanks to Steve from the Arizona, Taiwan office for connecting us with this company.
Absolutely.
It's so inspiring to see Taiwanese companies like this making such a positive impact on the world.
We can't wait to see what amazing things they do next. They're definitely a company to watch. And that's a wrap on another episode of the Board Business Channel. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the world of Chain Information Group.
It was a pleasure exploring their story with you.
Thank you for listening to the Board Business Channel. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.